a lot of medication going out South Africa to our nearby countries. And the people of South Africa, when they go to clinics and hospital, in most cases, they don't get medication because the medication is going out of the country through undocumented foreign nationals who are taking it to their foreign countries. Those who want to access medical care, they should pay for the medical care. The undocumented and unskilled foreign nationals in South Africa, we do not need them. Go to any country in the world, you cannot stay there for many years undocumented and a skill that is not needed in that particular country.
Ngicabanga ukuthi wonke ama-restaurant mawuthi uyabheka khona la agcwele bonke bokuhamba bona abasebenza khona ema-restaurant. Osisi bethu nobhuti bethu abakwazi ukuthola umsebenzi. Umngcele lo wethu esakhelene nawo ayikho into evimba umuntu ukuthi angacross. So ungafika umshiye la eyakhona ujike ngebhasi ubuye uyothi ufika la ikulandela ngemuva ngetekisi.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a recent interview on Newzroom Afrika with Velenkosini Hlabisa, the president of the Inkatha Freedom Party and a minister in South Africa's Government of National Unity. The discussion was centered on migration, deportations, and the strain on our country's resources. This is a hot topic right now, with unemployment sitting at over 32% and millions of South Africans feeling the pressure from undocumented immigrants. I'll play the interview for you and then I'll come back with some honest analysis after. We'll look at what's working, what's not, and where the government might be falling short. Stick around because this affects all of us.
South Africa reportedly has deported about 51,000 undocumented migrants in the past year. Home Affairs Minister Shreiber called the country a neglected part of the global migration story, citing a strain from high unemployment and to job pressures. IFP leader Velenkosini Hlabisa also weighed in, saying the country welcomes skilled migrants, but undocumented and skilled foreigners must be repatriated swiftly. Hlabisa joins us now to talk about his stance on migration. Good morning, Mr. Hlabisa. It's lovely to have you join us this morning. We appreciate it. Just talk to us about your reactions to this particular number, given your already stated stance on the issue.
Good morning, Imani and Arabile, and the people of South Africa who views Newzroom Afrika. You will rightly know, Imani, the IFP manifesto in 2024, when we went to the provincial and national elections, one of the key priorities was to deal with the issue of foreign nationals. And fortunately, as a minister at COPTA, under the program of FEM, a number of foreign nationals have been sent back to their respective countries, as you quoted the figure from the Minister of Home Affairs. And we join hands with all people of goodwill in South Africa that the undocumented and unskilled foreign nationals in South Africa, we do not need them. But we do not have to use any act of violence against them because these are human beings. We are against xenophobia. The government must assist them, as the number has been assisted, to be repatriated to their respective countries.
Let's talk about this issue. And as you say, I mean, you raised something that has been the subject of a lot of South African debate, a lot of protest marches to people wanting to take the law into their own hands and prevent people from getting care and things like that, because government, in a sense, has left it to the people to sort things out for themselves and has not really interfaced with the concerns that they have been raising. How do we do this in a way that at the same time honors our commitments in terms of our African Union commitments, African Union protocols, refugee protections, and the very solidarity that the IFP itself, and I know we're talking about dual hats both in cabinet and in politics, that you once championed during apartheid?
Imani, the responsibility is upon all of us, the political parties, because there is a common view that illegal foreign nationals with no skills need to go back to their respective countries. At a government level, we need a bold decision to activate this stance and also engage the people of South Africa who wants to take law into their hands, that this is not right. These are human beings. When a person is sick, it may not be a good thing to prevent him or her to access medical help. But what must be done is the government must ensure that the foreign nationals must be taken back to their respective countries. Those who want to access medical care, they should pay for the medical care, as it is a common practice throughout the world. But for someone who really doesn't have even a cent, it is not a good thing to see him or her losing his or her life, then assisting that person to go back to his or her respective country.
The pathways for long-term undocumented workers who are already contributing to the economy, those who have set up families here, what's the plan?
Imani, I'm very sorry for the poor network. I hope I'm heard in the platform now. Firstly, for people who have been in South Africa for too long, we must firstly check, what are you doing in South Africa for this longer period? Do we need the skill that you are using in contributing in our economy? If yes, so that you are properly documented. But if you have been illegal for many years, you remain undocumented, and if you are not contributing with a specialized skill, we must assist you to go to your respective country. This is a common practice. Go to any country in the world. You cannot stay there for many years undocumented and a skill that is not needed in that particular country. This is not violent. This is not unhuman, but is a practice to ensure that you know how many people are in South Africa. When you budget, you know how many people are you budgeting for. We saw the unfortunate thing, Imani, in the bus accident, where we saw a lot of medication going out South Africa to our nearby countries. And the people of South Africa, when they go to clinics and hospitals, in most cases, they don't get medication because the medication is going out of the country through undocumented foreign nationals who are taking it to their foreign countries. This is affecting our economy, and we need to fix it.
So first off, that 51,000 number that Minister Shreiber always quotes is absolute rubbish. He says we've deported more people than France and Germany combined in the last year. Sounds good on paper, right? But let's be honest, it's nowhere near enough. Reliable reports from Home Affairs confirm the figure is indeed 51,650 for the 2024-2025 financial year. But estimates put the number of illegal foreigners in South Africa at millions. Because these people are all undocumented, we don't even know exactly how many there are. It could be 2 million, 5 million, or 10 million. So 51,000 being deported is like pouring a drop of water into the ocean. Nothing changes. I'm surprised Hlabisa praised it so much. But I suppose as part of the GNU, he was just backing Minister Shreiber as his coalition partner. Don't get me wrong, deportations shouldn't stop. But what's the point if our borders are like open doors? The same people can cross back in tomorrow. KZN Police Commissioner General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi has spoken about this before.
Ngicabanga ukuthi wonke ama-restaurant mawuthi uyabheka khona la agcwele bonke bokuhamba bona basebenza khona ema-restaurant osisi bethu nobhuti bethu abakwazi ukuthola umsebenzi ebalulekile-ke emsakazi engiphathe kambi mina ngoba hayi ngoba nakho ngigqugquzela ukuthi abantu bangazwani behleli ezweni kumele abantu bazwane behleli ezweni kodwa sesijwayele kakhulu ukukhuluma ngokuthi laba bahleli ngokungekho emthethweni eSouth Africa nayo inkinga esiba nayo kusamaphoyisa mayifika la umuntu afika applyele ukuthi ucela athi anikezwe imvumo ukuhlala eSouth Africa ngoba ubaleke ezweni lakhe elithile ubalekele into ethile ufuna ukubulawa ngekhathi applyile uapplyela ku Home Affairs abese yalinda bese yafika amaphoyisa noMkhwanazi bamfunisa amaphepha athola akawana amaphepha ngoba Home Affairs akwamphendula siyambopha mayisefika enkantolo abashushisa abakwazi ukumshushisa ngoba ufika lapha namaloya akhe athi nayi proof ukuthi sali no Home Affairs ukuthi asiphendule sefuna dedela abuye emgaqweni lihlangane naye iphoyisa limbophe futhi ahamba enkantolo athi umshushisi ilo yakhe ithi salini Home Affairs abuye emgaqweni sinaleyo nkinga ke inkulu isinayo njengoba ubabona sibaqoqa nje bemaningi ufuna ngelilanga uze namakhamera kubheka Home Affairs ukuthi anisibonise ninabe begelwa amabhasi behamba ukuthi sibabone ukuthi niyabahambisa ke manje bangaki and masiyabheka ukuthi kulabo abahanjiswayo bangaka sebeke baphinde babuye futhi ngoba nje naleyo nkinga ukuthi umngcele lo wethu esakhelene nawo ayikho into evimba umuntu ukuthi angacross so ungafika umshiye la yakhona ujike ngebhasi ubuye uyothi ufika la ikulandela ngemuva ngetekisi.
Now let's talk about the cost. Home Affairs spent nearly 80 million rand on these 51,000 people. That's taxpayer money, your money and mine. Are we pouring it down the drain? Wouldn't it be smarter to redirect some of that money to strengthening border defenses first? Think more patrols, better technology, and empowering the BMA. Once it's harder for illegals to return, then ramp up deportations. I could be wrong, but without secure borders, this feels like a cycle that won't end. Now, where I fully agree with Hlabisa is here. We only want foreigners who contribute skills that we don't have. South Africa has high unemployment, especially among the youth. So why bring in unskilled labor when our own people need work? This isn't something new, it's common sense. Countries worldwide do it. But in South Africa, with our history of inequality, it hits even harder. Undocumented workers often take low-wage jobs, undercutting the locals. Now, this is where I disagree with Hlabisa. He condemns people who block foreigners from clinics, calling it wrong and urging government action instead. But how long must we wait for the government to act? This mess started because they weren't protecting us in the first place, ignoring our border control for years. Why hasn't Home Affairs sent officials to these clinics to check documents on the spot? It makes you wonder if the people we've put in power actually want these foreigners for cheap labor or even votes. Hlabisa talks about foreigners stealing meds, leaving citizens without treatment. And that's right, it's happening. Our clinics are overwhelmed with long waits and shortages. Yet in the same breath, he rebukes groups like Operation Dudula. Pick a side, Minister. Dudula has been at the forefront of putting South Africans first. We don't care if it's technically illegal. What's illegal is the government ignoring South Africans' cries, then gaslighting us with that 51,000 number like it's a big win. And lastly, on illegal foreigners who've made families or have stayed for years in South Africa, no one cares, plain and simple. Illegal is illegal. You knew the risks when you came, and you've known it while living here. Hlabisa's right to say verify their skills, but family ties shouldn't be a free pass. It's a crime, and overlooking it sets a bad example. Worldwide, countries enforce this. Why should we be any different? This ties back to planning. If we don't know who's here, how do we budget for services? It's about fairness for citizens first. In wrapping up, Hlabisa's interview shows some progress, like focusing on skills and humane repatriation. But the 51,000 deportations is a drop in the ocean. Borders need urgent fixing, and the government must stop blaming citizens for stepping up where they fail. South Africa deserves better. Secure borders, protected resources, and leaders who listen. We've had enough with all the promises that come with no action. What are your thoughts? Do you think Hlabisa really means what he's saying, or he's just campaigning for the 2026 local elections? Watch the video on your left to see Joburg Mayor Tata Morero dealing with illegal foreigners in the CBD. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Until next time.